Hey y'all, what's up? I hope everybody's having a good weekend or had a good weekend. You'll see this on Monday. It is 6 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. Honestly, it's taken me this long to kind of mull this or work this through, I guess, and decide kind of what I want to do for July and how I want it set up, how I want my planner set up. I think I'm going to stay in Franklin Covey Compact, and I think I'm going to stay in one book. I don't want to deal with taking things back and forth or putting things in and out. I don't want, and I don't go enough places to care. Like, I've just kind of come to that decision. Yeah, and I took this to Disney World with me yesterday. She waited in the car. It's kind of how it goes. Like, I travel with her. She waits in the she'll wait in the glove box if I need to go in, and I don't want to take my planner with me. Oh, I'm trying to scoot up a little bit. And then on the day-to-day basis, she just is in my purse, and she just goes with me. She fits in my bag. I'll link my bag down below, but Kayla over at Surrendered Plans recommended it, and yeah, like, she fits in there. I have a couple of more bags that she fits in. Like, she fits in all my bags except my little tiny bag that I took into Disney World with me. It's a little fanny pack. And yeah, I don't, in the cases that I don't need to take my planner, take her, I don't really need any planner. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. It honestly just, not kidding, I came home on Friday, took it, I was playing with taking stuff in and out, trying to decide what I had, and I ended up having to put it all back together and take my husband to urgent care because he has the shingles, and I wanted to make sure we saw a doctor, or he saw a doctor before the weekend. So we thought he just had a sore neck, and like, anyway, yeah, it's a pretty bad case. He has a pretty awful case, and so I'm trying to throw stuff back together because I wasn't sure what I was taking. There was pieces everywhere, and I was throwing it back together and running him over there. And then I had to come home and I had to pack because we didn't know if we were going to stay. We ended up not staying, ended up driving down and coming back all on the same day. And yeah, my granddaughter had a great time though. That's what matters. And then today we had birthday lunch. We had lasagna, and her grandparents came over and we did gifts, and now she's at her other set of grandparents' house, and they're doing gifts and stuff. So I think she went to go see a couple of friends. So yeah, so I've been sitting on the couch kind of deciding what I want to do for July. I am going on a no media binge for July, so I won't be consuming YouTube, and I won't be on Instagram for all of July. I've kind of committed to that. I want to kind of detox a little bit. If he still gets to have it, my husband is having surgery in next week, and not this week, but like next week, and so we'll be busy anyway, and I think I just need the break. And I'm not sure if I'll be here or not. That's still to be seen. I haven't decided yet. It may be more sporadic. It may be once a week or something. I don't know. And then I'm going to work from home after his surgery for a little bit after I go back. So July is going to be a little off. So who knows? Who knows what July will bring? Maybe I'll still be able to film, just because I'll be working from home. So we'll see. So all of that to say, kind of set up July. I did get this yesterday. I asked the girl for an extra sticker. I meant the sticker that like they put on their coffee, like over the lip. And she looks down, she goes, "Oh, we have a few left." And I'm like, okay, bonus. I'll take it. But I go, cute. He's so cute. It's kind of summery. It kind of goes with my possum well, right? Kind of matches. Okay. So, actually, I think I can go ahead. You know what? I'm going to be crazy and just go ahead and put a sticker on here. So I have some stamps from Christmas. I just Happy Mailed somebody, and somebody some Happy Mail, and those Christmas stamps. I'm gonna put money because we did really good with our budget this month. We paid off a lot of bills, restructured our finances a little bit, and like are way better off. So yeah, we did a lot of work. We paid off a lot this month. We did a lot of work. So I have my leave tracker all set up for the year. I went through and updated my sensor tracker. This is, if you're new here, this is for my CGM. I've been keeping track of it because they were like coming off and having horrible errors. But I do know that the company updated to a new model. Like they went from a regular to plus. So, and I think they're discontinuing that model or version in September. You can no longer even get support for them. So I had to make sure I used up all my old ones and make sure I have a prescription for the new ones. And yeah, so, and these have been doing better. I haven't gotten any, like this was a new one. These I didn't get any errors in. So we'll see how it goes. The other ones I was putting on and it would automatically give me an error. So that's better. I threw and cleaned up my to-dos. I need to go through them again and kind of decide kind of what I want to do with all the lists. I still don't know if I want to do a de-stash. I'm still trying to decide. I have about 3 or 4 that I'm going to de-stash if I decide to do it. Mom's projects, I need to go through those. I have a few things I need to get done still. I have some extra ones because I just end up using them. Oh, I wanted some more paper in here because I was using this to kind of work on my goals. Let me go grab some paper real quick while I'm thinking about it. Okay, I know I'm going to plan on low buy, but one of the things I'm going to have to get is definitely going to be a puncher because mine is crappy. That took way more effort than it should have. And I just cut off bits and pieces, or the inside, to make it turn better inside the ring. So I just cut those pieces down. So that they don't get too overcrowded inside the ring. I just cut some pieces down. Okay, so alrighty. While I was thinking about it, I wanted to make sure I did it. Okay. So I caught up June here, and so we are ready for July. I went through and put in all of the stuff I needed to put in. This is for my work. I need to catch this up. As I find things, I'm just gonna write it down because I'm gonna have some time on my hands. Okay, quarter three, these are all the things that are happening. And now we're going to go with gotta add my husband's surgery to that. Quarter three tarot. Have that, the kind of the habits I want to get back to. Low buy. I want to make sure that I'm low buying because we're still working on our budget. We still want to pay some stuff off. I want to start reading every day for 30 minutes minimum. And I can do that. That is totally doable. I want to work out 3 times a week. I want to move. At least 3 times a week. It's not going to be that day though. It doesn't have to be these days, but I'd like to get my steps in on the weekend instead of sitting on the couch. And I want to, I wanted this quarter to increase steps to greater than, is it 5,000 per day was my average. Yeah, so this was 4.5, 4.6. I wanted to average out more than 5,000 this quarter, but I don't think I reached that. I'm gonna average these out like I was supposed to do each month, and I forgot. So let me just write down steps. Average, get that done. Goal, and I'm pretty sure I want to get to more than 5,000. And then I want to work out 3 times a week. And then no social media. And we're gonna add no deco. No, I think I'm gonna put in no hopping as a goal. So, and I should be able to reach that because honestly, I'm pretty content. I should be anyway. I was just on Instagram raving about I wanted a pocket, and my last thing was like a pocket versus personal versus stuff, and it's still sitting here, but after I had that little spell, I'm kind of like over it, I guess. I don't know. Once I got it out, I was like, nope. I put it right back up, so all my personal stuff is right back in the top of my closet. So hopefully that means I'm content. I don't know, but I'm gonna go with this month. No deco and no hopping, no social media. Hopefully that'll help. And yeah, so, and it's gonna get dark and shady because it's late. We did this. We did this. I did not do that. I did really good with my no buy and budgeting. Well, I kind of broke my no buy yesterday, but it's at the end of the month and it wasn't horrible. So I'm gonna let it be. I said low buy. No, I said no buy, but we went with low buy. So we want to do June picks. I'm going to archive June. I've caught up most of it. I've even done some of the memory keeping, but I want to finish that out. And I'm going to archive my personal in June, my personal size calendar in June, and then because it was I already had it and already had some pictures on it. And in July, I'm going to start archiving all my Franklin Covey compacts. And I have a B6 Chic Sparrow to put them in with 30mm rings, so they should all fit. It should all fit. And then I need to find out some kind of permanent solution. I'm thinking of just buying one of those Franklin Covey compact storage binders to hold this year, because I have been keeping everything. I don't know that I'll continue to keep everything, but I know that I think from here on out I'll keep the year and as it goes through, and then I can always throw it out at the end of the year. Like, I know, you know what I need to do? I need to make sure I process first half of the year. So, yeah, so I know I'm going to process the first half of the year of all my inserts and everything. Nope, I didn't. I read books, but not new books. That's what I'm counting as new books. So, so we can erase that. We can pull over, organize Apple Notes. I have a ton of them and I need to organize them. And I'll have some time on my hands, so maybe I'll get that done. I am going to use July. I have a week off after his surgery, so I'm going to use it for a house clean out. I'm going to deep clean this house and declutter a bunch of stuff and do some spring cleaning and all the things that I've been needing to do, and I haven't gotten to do. So we're gonna do that. This is what July looks like so far. And I am out of work for this whole week. I guess I'll make sure tomorrow he goes for his pre-op, like I said, make sure they're still going to do it on this day. It may get moved to this day. I'm not sure. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're planning it. August is okay. So I went with Peanuts Planner Co. Borderless because for this week and next, I wanted to try it out. If everything goes the way it's supposed to and he has surgery, I won't need the hourly. It's just going to be a to-do. What I did was I printed this side of the page twice and put the tracker on the back because I didn't need like the categorized stuff on the right. Now I'm kind of wishing I could have used, I put like calls, errands, meals down here. Because I don't use this side on Saturday and Sunday because this is my work side. I put all my stuff for work, my big meetings and stuff, and then I can write anything I need to in there. I can write any notes I need to. And then this is my home side. I have a line here because I'm on vacation, so I know I only got to do 3 days. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We'll see. I still have these. If I don't like it this week, I still have these for next week. So all else fails, it just goes back to what it was. I was going to do all my habits and everything. I was going to do like 3 pages, but it ended up fitting on 2 pages since I put my call and errands and stuff here. I liked it the other way I had it for the week, but I didn't want to get into like having to flip it over again to get like other stuff. If I can keep it kind of condensed, I want to. And honestly, looking at this makes me look at this, because if not, I never look at this again. So maybe it'll force me to kind of look at this. So this is work. I'll have a lot to work to do to these 3 days to make up for being out for a week. So there you go. This is my habits, and then I have these numbers here. That's for sleep, and I'm just gonna highlight how many hours I sleep every day to see how it helps with me, like working out, not being on social media, see if my sleep and mental health improve. So I'm hoping that'll carry over. Got some things I need to do, and then I need to take my dog to the vet and get her Librela shot, her pain shot for her bone cancer. Okay. Like I said, I have a whole month of these. So if all else fails, I'll just go back to these. I only printed 2 weeks of these to see if I like them, so I didn't go crazy. And like I said, if I don't like it, I have all the month of those. Okay, then into dailies. I pulled this week's tarot, and then I went in and kind of pre-filled some of my stuff. I want to start planning some stuff. I think I'm gonna take my to-do list and pre-fill it in and try to plan on doing some stuff. Like I said, I'll be off on this day. I haven't dated them yet. I haven't had time. But I will date them before I go to sleep. I have 2 weeks worth in here. 2 weeks worth of dailies. So that's done. I decided if I just keep the weeklies and then just keep 2 weeks worth of dailies, it doesn't bulk it up. I mean, I've cleaned this out significantly without all the deco. So I think that's going to be good. This is my work to do. I got a lot of stuff done last week. We were pretty busy. Like I said, I have a lot of stuff to get done this week. So that'll just, I will clean this up after this week. I will come in here and put in new to-do lists and new, I'll go through here and make sure this is all up to date. Those are just random notes. Then this is my bill pay. Like I said, I've been working on our bills, and I basically like put our income, bills, any credit card or loans or things we pay off, closing dates for our credit cards, and then our budgets. So I put like grocery, gas, you know, anything we have budgeted here and what the budget is, and then I draw a line here, and it's what it's budgeted and what we paid, what was due, or sorry, here, what was due, and what we actually paid, and then bills, what I have budgeted for those bills and what it actually was, if it's a variable like our light bill or something. So I've been using these. Yeah, So here on, like, if it's a credit card, I'll put the credit card name, and I draw a little line here, minimum, or sorry, balance, minimum, and what we paid. So, and then for closing, because you need to know, for good financial health, you need to know when your credit card opens and when it closes. So, or when it's due and when it closes. So, and what your dates are. So is it run from the 23rd to the 25th or whatever, and that's what I put here. And I put opening balance and closing balance. So that's how I've been doing my budget. It's been very structured. And then on the right side, I just have my check registry, and I draw a line here. I just literally draw a line here. It doesn't have to be super fancy. So I will, you can barely see that, I'm sure. So I'll put whatever the date is, what it is, if it was, what account it is it my checking, is it a credit card, if it is what, or if it's our savings or whatever, and then what it was, a payment or whatever, and what the new balance is of whatever account it came out of, or whatever account we paid into. So I've been keeping track like that, and that's been working. Like I said, I've been keeping a very tight rein on this, and that's helped a lot this last month. All right, so I did end up joining Trainwell, which was Copilot. So I don't need these for workouts, but what I'm going to do is cover up the workout here, and I'm going to meal plan for 2 months worth of meal plans. I did this in a bullet journal before I flipped to rings, and that helped me with decision fatigue on what to meal plan. So I'm going to have, that'll give me 4 months of meal planning. Even if I do 3, that's fine, and I'll rotate them out. And I have an extra one in here because I was going to use it for workouts, but I'm going to meal plan on this, and rotate them out, and then I don't have to like think about that. I was watching an old bullet journal video, and I did that in my bullet journal, and it really worked out. This I need to make a list of lunches that I want to take to work. I am failing at that, and I want to make a list of lunches. Here I'm working on goal planning. So I started the year off with all good intentions. I had all these goals here, and I didn't do anything with them. So I'm going to visit them again and see what I want to work on the next 6 months, because yeah, I need to. It's fixing to rain. Sorry, you're going to hear the thunder, and it's getting very, very dark. Hold on. Let's see if that helps. Plug it in so I know I'm not like, I'm gonna like, oh yeah, it's only 35%. Okay, so I plugged it in and I turned on the big light. Okay. But I'm going to revisit these goals, reevaluate what I had, what I wanted to do quarterly, monthly, weekly, and planning, and how I set things up. I'm going to revisit all that. I have some different checklists and things like that in case I want to do that. I'm using Peanuts Planner Goal. I have some goal planning pages, and then I have these weeklies, and I'm thinking I can break down my goals, and then and what I want to do, like monthly, weekly, and then daily here. I don't know. These are her, like I said, her borderless, and I did that one year. I did it in a Hobonichi, and I had like 7 goals, and then I broke it down into monthly, weekly, daily to get there. And then I think I even did quarterly, and then put my goals here, and that really worked out. So we're gonna see how that goes, or if it works out on these. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it or where they'll end up, but I am gonna start working on that. And then I have my check off is all ready. Like I said, my steps is all ready. I need to average those out and then figure out what my goal is for this quarter. I've got one more and then I can flip it over to July. I got one more day on Monday and I can flip these over. I already have the quarter set up. And then this is our meals. I've been keeping track of that. So that's working. I have not done those zones, but these are the ones I'm starting with on the week I have off. This is going to be my workouts. I'm just going to mark each day I work out or move, so it'll be that. Here I'm going to write down however I worked out, what it was. Upper, lower, cardio, whatever. And then this, because I'm going to start lifting again, I want to keep track of my weights, and I can just do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 for each one of these, and keep that on here, and then see whatever, you know, I can put in week 1 weight reps, and then week 1 weight reps rounds, and then and do that for each one there, so I can keep track of it. That's more of our budget. This is stuff I update monthly. I have a monthly calendar for our budget that has it all laid out. I'm working on getting this a whole month of quarter, so I'll only have to do this once per quarter. And if it works out, then maybe I only have to do it like once every 6 months or something, maybe next year. And then I'm using one of these for our bills, and it has all the bills, whatever's budgeted. There's a line, bills, a line, budgeted, and then it has balance, payment, or sorry, what is it? Yeah. Balance, payments, and then if it's like a credit card or a loan, any interest charged, and then it goes balance, payment. I just made it out of one of these, so I didn't have to buy something else or buy another thing if it doesn't work out. But I did that with all of our bills, so I'm keeping track of it that way too. My adulting list, I need to go through here and mark some stuff off. This is these 15-minute meals, and these meals is what I'm going to get my, I'm going to start with these to get our meal planning ready. Healthy snacks, I'm going to start kind of with this for lunch ideas. Recipes to try as I start to meal plan. I'm going to start to put those here. I really want to read. I keep putting that in there. To watch, you know what, I'm watching the just junk of stuff I've already watched that doesn't take any freaking brain power. And then this is my personal stuff, so I'll, you know, average out my anxiety, my less than 6 hours of sleep, my fatigue on a level, brain fog, how many times I got up at midnight, how much was tossing and turning, and then I'll go over to July after I'd update that. And then this is just my reference section. I need to get a new one of these. I have one somewhere. This one is ripping, and I said I was going to replace it, and I just haven't gotten around to it. And then that's it. So that is my quarterly setup. It's kind of a techo, kaigi, whatever, look at what's working and what's not. These are working. My trackers are all working. Those work. My lists is what I live out of. Honestly, I live out of these things. It categorizes things in my brain. And they don't get lost in just some big ass to-do list or someday maybe list or whatever. I think I do have maybe a someday maybe list, but like it doesn't get lost in some big ass just long list of stuff I need to get done that's random. It categorizes it for me, kind of like collections, bold bullet journal style, and that really helps my brain. So those work. this junk paper, this mead paper, yes, that works because I love writing on this paper for notes. And honestly, this is the only note paper I need. I'll buy some more of these. They're like $1 or something, and they come they're pretty thick. They're spiral bound. I barely cut off any. I don't even think I cut off any. I could cut off some at the top. I cut off some at the top after you put the perforated edges. So you pull it out, cut a little bit off the top, punch it, and then I trim the insides. That's literally all I do. It's the least work I have to do to get an insert, so this will stay. And I have some more of this, and then I will buy some more because they are readily available at Walmart, and I don't have to do anything for it. I've gotten my inserts down to kind of what works. The only things I'm really working on are my weeklies, trying different ones of those out. But it's either going to be one of these. Like, there's only so many vertical or horizontal and vertical weeklies you can try out. I don't need 1,000 trackers on it. If I do end up with trackers on things, they end up being small and I can't write on them. Even this is bothering me because they're tiny ass little lines. I think that's what's bothering me about this, is the tiny little lines. Here, the lines are bigger. I don't know if you can see. The lines are definitely bigger. In this section here, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines. Here I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines in the same amount of space. So yes, bigger lines. And I think that's what's messing me up with this. If I went in and like took out like every other line or something, this may work, or took out a couple of lines, but I don't want to do all that. So I may end up going back to this just because it has big lines and I can see it and I can write in it and I don't have to worry about it. And when I had this set up, I started skipping and brought it all the way down and put my, it's fixing to get loud, y'all, and put my call to errands, to work, whatever, over in here. That's what I did last week. I had it here too, but this week was going to be that, I was going to just bring it all the way down, and then every other line was an hour, and I could write on it and see it, and it would be big, and that's kind of where I'm at. I'm thinking that's probably what's going to happen. I do have the month in here, so if I do that, I'll just write it out. I'm not going to like reprint these. It'll be fine. And then I have a quarter of these printed out, but they're not dated. I may just reprint them because I have edited this to, because I made this insert, so I have edited this to come all the way down. From 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. on each day. So I just may print those. Those won't take but a minute to print because it doesn't take very long for me to print and cut those. Stalogy paper, I'm probably going to end up trading this out. I want it daily. I just haven't found it yet. So I went with Stalogy paper for this week and next because I'm supposed to be off work next week. So I don't need as much categorization. But I am looking for a daily. This is definitely not working, so this will definitely be changing. It's too free. I need some more categorization, kind of like I use my lists. I need kind of lists on my days. So I'm either going to find something that somebody already has, or I'm going to try to work with somebody to do a custom. So lists for work, they work the same way. My budget has been working. Like I said, I'm going to try this for decision fatigue on meal planning. I'm going to work on my goals because I really wanted to get some stuff done this year and everything's kind of been hitting us. So I need to learn to do things despite what's happening around me. So that this is what I'd still give myself grace that I did nothing the first half of the year. but I do want to get some stuff accomplished. Like I want to get back to the gym. I want to feel healthier. I want to build some muscle. I don't want to have osteoporosis in my old age, like, you know, those kind of things. I do want to get that done. This is all working. Symptom tracker, all of this is working. Like I said, this is more budget stuff. This is working. This stuff back here, the reading trackers and stuff, that's not really, it's a look back, not a planning thing. And then this is just reference information. So the core of stuff that needs to get done are like my goals. I gotta find a daily. I gotta decide on a weekly. And then the rest seems to be pretty much working out. So those are the things I'm going to work for on the next 6 months. Goals and my weekly and my daily, just to kind of firm that up. So it's a little mix of a video. So that was a little longer than I expected it to be. I told my husband I'd hurry, but I guess I did not. But that's what happens when I get chatty. All right, it's getting very loud in here because I have a metal roof, and I don't even know if you can hear the rain, but it's getting pretty rough. So we're gonna say goodbye. I hope everybody has a great week, and until next time, y'all, bye.